What job lets you break up bar fights, entertain people while you work, teaches you confidence, has poor work hours, and the annual salary is $18,000 per year? That could be a lot of things. Bartending. I work as a full-time bartender at TGI Fridays in Lafayette. I've been there for almost 2 years, and I love it. It has ups and downs, but that's with any job. I met many regulars and consider them very good friends now. Know them all by name. 2 of them were in yesterday during the snowstorm. I will be telling you about the pros, the cons, pet peeves, some personal experiences that I had from the last 2 years. I want to start off with some fun facts about bartenders. 2 out of 5 bartenders only work part-time. In order to make money and make it a job, you actually have to work full-time, and I do. I work 35 to 40 hours a week. You must be courteous and friendly, and since we are working off tips, you must be sincere and able to handle yourself in any stressful situation. Working evenings and weekends, and even holidays, are very common. Valentine's Day was crazy, and every other holiday is just as crazy. In 2002, there were 400,063 bartending jobs in the U.S., so that leaves a lot of opportunities. Depending on your area and the type of bar or restaurant you work in, considering a college bar, or a college town bar, or even a campus bar. High tourist and vacation spots, depends on the amount of money that you make. I make $4.13 an hour, I believe, and so the most of that just goes for tips. I'll start with talk, and won't be quiet, won't be quiet. You gotta pretend like you're listening to him, but focus on what you're doing so you don't mess up somebody's order. I've had that happen before. Another con is cutting people off, and they get upset about that. That's just for your safety. As the bartender and you are serving them, you are responsible for their well-being. The fines can get up to $10,000 if something happens, and you can lose your liquor license and your job, and never work as a bartender again. So you have to be responsible when serving your guests. You can always offer them complimentary chips and salsas, what we have, to try and balance out that liquor in their stomach. But most of the time, I've never had to do that, and it's never came to that. I've been worried about over-serving, I guess, before. I always get my manager involved, and they will always back you up, since I'm the one responsible for that person, and they're responsible for me. They take my decision first before anybody else's. And that really helps put confidence in yourself, knowing how you can handle and what you can handle. Being a female and working as a bartender does have a lot of cons, but also has a lot of pros. I've had a couple of gentlemen approach me in a not so welcome way and think that I'm interested in them when I'm really not, and I'm just doing my job. I turn into the bartender at personal parties and events. And on a typical night, I'm responsible for a 20-person bar tab. Asking for free drinks or more liquor, I cannot do that. That is against the bar's policy, any bar's policy. If you want more liquor, you must ask for a double, and you have to pay for it. The less ice will not get you more of a drink. It just thins out your drink with your mixer, your Coke, or your Sprite. So you're not getting more liquor, you're just getting thinner drink. The talkers, people that sit down at the bar, just want to sit there and chat and just get to know you, and they might be really lonely, and that's why they're coming in, but you need to make sure that be nice and like, oh, okay, I'm really busy right now, I'll be right back as soon as I can, we can finish up this conversation. Usually that helps, they understand. Another pet peeve is my shifts in the work week. I have Mondays and Tuesdays off, and I work Wednesday through Sunday, and most of those are some pretty late nights, and it just stinks because I have kids that get up in the morning, have to get ready for school, so it just really stinks, but it's just part of it, and I've gotten pretty used to it. Like some of my personal experiences, I've had to call the cops on only one person in the 2 years, which I think is pretty good, and with that, my manager actually physically called the cops. I did not. I just told them to, that they needed to get out of there. We've had to escort guests out of the bar area and the restaurant for causing problems, for being too intoxicated, calling taxis for drunken parties, that's a fun one, and cutting people off with their serving limit. In conclusion, I love my job, and there are clearly more pros than cons, and I will be sad to leave that in September when I start my medical assistant, and I just look forward to whatever else happens in the bartending world, and I might even stay on it for a little bit just for fun. My